The 3D scan has been invaluable. 10,000 views, hours and hours and hours of people touring the campus without coming in their own time, the freedom of that. It's been wonderful.
Hello, my name is Michael Voll. I'm the director of 3dScan. We specialize in transforming real spaces into immersive 3D experiences and developing innovative solutions with the use of digital twin technologies. Today I'm welcomed at the ProEd Global School Campus in Llana in Bali. And with me is the wonderful Llana. Llana, can you please introduce yourself and the ProEd Global School to our viewers?
Hi, my name is Llana Reece. I'm the director of ProEd Global School, and we're here at the Nuanu campus today to talk about the 3D scanning.
Thank you so much, Llana. So, Llana, for the preparation of this interview, I've been looking into the statistic we've seen. And just to give you a couple of numbers, within the last 3 months, we've been able to have over 10,000 users of it with an average time of 1 minute and 7 seconds. And that sums up to an astonishing 225 hours of people being in that digital twin, which is quite a success.
It's huge. It's massive.
Huge. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's massive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're really happy with the outcome here. And without further ado, let's just jump into the first question. So why did you decide to create a 3D virtual tour for the ProEd campus in Nuanu?
I thought it was really important to make the campus accessible for the community. A lot of people are very busy and don't have the time to come out to the campus, or they may be living overseas, and prior to relocating, they might want to look at the campus. So I thought this was a great opportunity to show the community, localized community and international community, what we have to offer at ProEd Global School Nuanu. So that people could come and take a tour and come in and have a look at the school prior to making the commitment in booking a tour.
Can you share a specific example of how the digital twin has helped you in your daily activities and decision-making process?
In terms of enrolments, when we launched the new school, we had many families that were based in Hong Kong or in Europe, and they actually had a look at the school prior to coming to the campus physically. So it allowed them to research the school. They actually then from there met with our enrolment team online, and it fast-tracked that process. It also allowed family members of our current community, people like grandparents, to see where their grandchildren were going to school, and it allowed our current community also greater understanding of what the school looks like. We do have some families where mum might be living in Bali and dad may be working in other parts of Asia, Jakarta or Singapore, Hong Kong, and it allowed the spouse to actually vet the school, do the tour themselves and have a look around the campus and feel a part of the decision-making process.
Wow, that's so cool. All right,
yeah,
thanks for sharing
great.
that.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Good.
So in what ways has the digital twin made it easier for you to navigate or access information about the school?
It's been a really useful tool in that we, on the virtual tour, there is a welcome note from the head of school or principal, and we can plug in different parts of information like what happens in the pavilion, the activities, what happens in the classrooms, and the click down bubbles made it really digestible for our clients to actually see it in action, as opposed to if you just look at the website, it's flat, and it means that people need to download and then piece it together. And so the virtual tour with the bubbles allows the client the user experience of going, oh, that's what the pavilion's for, or that's what they do on the basketball court. So it becomes 3D, it lifts it off the page. The website is very flat. It doesn't allow that. So the 3D tour allows that. And also the other features of having music on there, having staff profiles on there, meant that we could, for our user, they could actually engage more with the school itself.
So what features of the digital twin do you find the most valuable or useful? You mentioned a couple of it, so should we just relate to that, or do you want to add something?
For me, I think the best features for our school is that the drop down boxes, we can change those at any time. So we can contact you, we can update that information, and we can continually to add and build on what we've got. And handing over that information for the user has been a really valuable experience for us. As we are now building our middle school, the 3D scanning will do that for the middle school, and it will help sort of extend the breadth and show the community of what we're doing. So the 3D scan has been invaluable. 10,000 views, hours and hours and hours of people touring the campus without coming in their own time, the freedom of that. It's been wonderful. And something that I think we tend to forget sometimes is the physical tours that we run only operate in business hours, but the 3D scan operates 24 hours, 7 days a week. So it opens the market up for many different time zones and time, the value of time. Many of our parents are time poor, so the opening up to multiple time zones and opening up to when it suits the client to do the tour themselves means that we're more accessible. And from that, I do think people will have a larger success rate in the enrollment process.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. So, can you share a memorable experience or success story that was made possible by the digital twin?
Yeah, we've actually had some enrollments from the 3D scanning, where people have looked at the scan and been happy with it, and then have gone through our enrollment process and then became clients. But it's also helped with testimonials of other partners that we've worked with, dance studios or after-school activity providers or contractors, and we've allowed them to say, jump on, look at the 3D scan. This is the standard that we have at ProEd Global School. This is who we are. So it's not just been a great sort of tool for marketing for new families, it's been a great tool in working with partners beyond ProEd so that they can see who we are as a company and a profile.
Would you recommend a digital twin to others, and if so, why?
Absolutely, I would recommend it. 10,000 views you've said in the last few months. That's amazing. It's huge. That's an audience reach that we wouldn't get that many people coming on campus. So for that reason alone, absolutely, it's worth every cent. And we're so happy with the quality of the work that's been provided, the communication through the process. Your team has been wonderful to work with. And very patient on our end. So absolutely, I would recommend it. Any school that we will do in the future, we will do the 3D scanning. It's not, and I'm jumping back, but even for recruitment for new staff coming in for the next academic year, we have staff at the school that we recruit every year internationally, and we bring them from overseas into the school. But because this is a different concept, it's tense, and it's very hard to explain to teachers, you're going to be teaching in a tent. They sort of think Indian teepee style tent in the jungle sort of thing. So for us, the 3D scan is a real benefit in that a staff member internationally or locally can look at the 3D scan online and see what the school looks like and feel it before they come into the interview process. It allows us as a company to know that if people are applying, they're serious, because we've directed them to that, to check the 3D scan prior to applying. So it's been a real benefit in that sense. The parents' overseas enrollments, it's really helped with that. And on Instagram and our marketing platforms that we use, we're really trying to target a European audience, and they've got a different time zone. So they're not going to come into the campus, book a flight, come into the campus, tour, and then enroll. But what it does is we can get online before they go into another international school, because not all international schools have this technology. So it means that we can get in front of the queue when people are searching and looking, and then we hopefully capture that sort of audience. They've already seen it, and then when they finally do arrive, it's just about that commitment of physically walking through it and signing up. So I do think the 3D scan means that we get to the front of the queue
Yes.
immediately, and there's an understanding. So when they're on site, the questions are more about the nuts and bolts of the program and the school itself, not so much with our other campus where we don't have the scan. That's a real taster. You walk through and you really see it for the first time. But the people that are coming here, most of them have seen it and they're ready to sign up.
Yes.
So I think the success rate, and we need time to test this, but I do believe that the people that are walking through here, the success rate will be higher because they've already had that taste online through the scan.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's through our human resources and recruitment. It's a huge benefit. It's a huge benefit for staff members. But the other aspect is working with partners. So when we've had a few instances where we're now building our middle school, and we've tried to explain what we want to create, but we don't always want to have to go to the campus to do these meetings. So we're on the Zoom. We then open the 3D scan and we've said, okay, we want it like this and we want it like that. And because we have that to showcase, and it's been easier, then the contractor's been able to go away and use that scan whenever they've wanted to access what our build looks like for the next build. So it's really served multiple purposes.
Yes.
It hasn't served one demographic of enrollment, which is what we originally purchased it for, thinking this is what we're using it for the school, for enrollments, but it's worked with staff, contractors, partners. It's worked through, you know, a multi-layered approach.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
fantastic.
it's worth
Yeah.
every cent.
Amazing.
Worth every cent.
Amazing. Glad
Yeah.
to hear that from you. And
Yeah.
actually, I'm quite happy to share that just lately, and we haven't talked about that, but we have extended our solution programs on 3dScan.id. We're now able to implement so-called Industry 4.0 solutions where you have staff experiences, for example, where you can really bring them on the journey and explain staff members and technical members for facility management or onboarding of new members exactly what you want to do. And guide them through certain quizzes and experiences over the campus that they really learn it. And that's a very, very nice tool as well. So I'm looking forward to presenting it to you.
We are aiming to build our middle school by August, and I know we will do the 3D scan for that, absolutely. And we have some other projects that are very different in concept to this and education currently in Bali and Indonesia. And we will absolutely use a 3D scan for that. This time, though, we're going to be more organised and get you in right at the beginning because we did delay it because we wanted our campus to sort of get settled. But we see the benefits, so we want to try for our next projects, bring it in as early as we can so that it really does help launch what we're doing, because it's a great tool to support the launch of what we've just done.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Llana. Thank you for your trust towards 3dScan.id. I really appreciate it. It was a huge opportunity for us as well. And I'm looking forward for everything that's coming in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Llana.
Thank you.
Thank you.